Tired of mowing, watering, and still staring at a yard that never looks quite right? What if I told you that you could completely skip the grass and still have a backyard that feels inviting, stylish, and easy to maintain? Today's video is packed with simple, affordable ideas that prove you don't need a lawn to create an outdoor space you actually enjoy spending time in. Welcome back to Timeless Gardening. Before we dive in, tell me where you're watching from and what kind of backyard you're working with right now. Is it small, shady, sunny, or mostly unused? Drop it in the comments and let me know which idea you're most excited to try. If you enjoy practical garden ideas that save time, money, and effort, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. Idea number 1: gravel pathways and patios. Gravel is one of the easiest and most budget-friendly ways to replace grass while instantly giving your backyard a clean, finished look. It works beautifully for pathways, patios, or even full yard coverage, and it comes in different colors and textures so you can match your style. Once laid over landscape fabric, gravel stays neat, drains well, and cuts out problems like mud, weeds, and patchy grass. What makes gravel even better is how simple it is to install yourself. You don't need special tools or expensive labor, just a bit of planning and edging to define the space. Add stepping stones, outdoor seating, or a few potted plants, and you've got a low-maintenance area that looks intentional and stays beautiful all year round. Idea number 2: decomposed granite for a natural, modern look. Decomposed granite is a great option if you want something that feels more natural than concrete but still looks clean and intentional. When compacted, it creates a firm surface that's comfortable to walk on and perfect for patios, seating areas, or garden paths. Its earthy tones blend easily with plants and hardscape features, making it ideal for modern, minimalist, or desert-style gardens. Another big advantage of decomposed granite is how affordable and forgiving it is. If it shifts over time, you can simply rake it back into place and recompact it without tearing everything up. It drains well, reduces muddy spots, and gives you a polished, no-grass backyard without the cost or permanence of traditional paving. Idea number 3: budget-friendly paver patio. A paver patio is a classic no-grass solution that instantly makes your backyard feel structured and usable. You don't have to buy everything brand new either. Mixing salvaged, leftover, or second-hand pavers can save a lot of money while giving your space character. Simple layouts work just as well as complex patterns, especially when paired with gravel or small gaps for drainage. Pavers are durable, easy to maintain, and great for creating defined zones like dining or lounging areas. With proper spacing and a solid base, they allow water to drain through instead of pooling, which helps prevent erosion. It's a practical upgrade that turns an empty yard into a functional outdoor space you'll actually use. Idea number 4: mulch seating areas. Mulch is one of the cheapest and most underrated ways to replace grass, especially in areas meant for relaxing. Wood chips or bark mulch create a soft, natural base for chairs, benches, or even a small fire pit, instantly defining the space without any heavy construction. It blends beautifully with plants and trees, giving your backyard a warm, grounded feel. To keep it looking tidy, simply add basic edging using stones, bricks, or wood to hold everything in place. While mulch does need occasional topping up, it's inexpensive and easy to refresh. This makes it a perfect low-maintenance option for creating cozy seating zones without the hassle of a lawn. Idea number 5: clover ground cover. Instead of grass, clover is a smart, low-maintenance alternative if you still want a soft green look without the work of traditional grass. It stays low, feels comfortable underfoot, and keeps its color even when water is limited. Unlike grass, clover naturally improves the soil by adding nitrogen, which helps nearby plants thrive. Once established, clover requires very little care. It resists weeds, doesn't need frequent watering, and rarely needs trimming. This makes it perfect for backyards, where you want a living ground cover that looks lush but doesn't demand constant attention. Idea number 6: creeping thyme for a fragrant living ground cover. Creeping thyme is a beautiful way to replace grass while adding color and scent to your backyard. This low-growing plant spreads easily, forms a dense mat, and releases a pleasant fragrance when you walk on it. It works especially well along pathways, between stepping stones, or in open sunny areas where grass would normally struggle. Beyond its looks, creeping thyme is incredibly tough and low maintenance. It's drought tolerant, handles light foot traffic, and doesn't need regular mowing or watering once established. In summer, it bursts into tiny purple flowers that attract pollinators, turning your yard into a lively no-grass space that feels natural and welcoming. Idea number 7, moss garden for shady, no-mow spaces. If your backyard doesn't get much sunlight, a moss garden can be a perfect grass replacement. Moss thrives in shady, damp areas where lawns usually fail, creating a soft, lush surface that feels calm and almost magical. It instantly transforms dull corners under trees or along walls into peaceful green spaces without the need for mowing. Once moss is established, maintenance is minimal. It doesn't need fertilizer, cutting or heavy watering, just consistent moisture and a bit of shade. A moss garden is ideal if you want a natural low-effort solution that brings beauty to parts of your yard where grass never seems to survive. Idea number 8. Succulent ground cover for dry low-water yards. Succulent ground covers are perfect for replacing grass in hot, dry areas where watering is a challenge. Varieties like sedum spread easily, stay low to the ground, and come in a range of colors and textures that make your yard more visually interesting than plain lawn. They pair beautifully with gravel, stone, and modern hardscaping. Once established, succulents need very little attention. They're extremely drought tolerant, rarely need watering, and don't require mowing or trimming. This makes them an excellent choice for a low-maintenance backyard that still feels alive, colorful, and intentionally designed. Idea number 9. Native plant beds for a resilient, low-water garden. Replacing grass with native plant beds is one of the smartest ways to create a backyard that's both beautiful and easy to maintain. Native plants are naturally adapted to your local climate and soil, which means they require less water, fewer fertilizers, and minimal care compared to traditional lawns. By planting a mix of shrubs, perennials, and flowering plants, you can create a layered, textured landscape that attracts pollinators like bees and butterflies while providing year-round interest. Native plant beds also offer long-term benefits for your yard. Once established, they become resilient to drought, pests, and extreme weather, reducing the need for constant attention. By combining them with mulch or stone pathways, you can define different garden zones and create a dynamic living space that feels intentional and sustainable. This approach turns your backyard into an environmentally friendly oasis that thrives without the constant upkeep of grass. Idea number 10. Container garden clusters for flexible no-soil gardening. Container gardens are a simple and versatile way to fill your backyard with greenery, without any grass or heavy soil work. By grouping pots of different sizes, shapes, and materials, you can create charming clusters that add personality and structure to your outdoor space. Containers allow you to experiment with colors, textures, and plant varieties, from herbs and flowers to small shrubs, giving your yard life and vibrancy in a compact footprint. One of the biggest advantages of container gardening is flexibility. You can rearrange the pots whenever you like to refresh the layout or adapt to sunlight changes. Containers also make maintenance easier, since you control the soil, drainage, and watering. For renters, small spaces, or anyone looking for a low-effort way to add greenery, container clusters are a creative, budget-friendly, and highly customizable alternative to grass. Idea number 11. Raised bed vegetable garden for productive low-maintenance spaces. Raised beds are a fantastic way to replace grass while creating a productive and organized garden. Using reclaimed wood or affordable lumber, you can build your own beds to grow vegetables, herbs, or flowers. Raised beds improve soil quality, provide better drainage, and make planting and harvesting much easier than working directly in the ground. Beyond their practicality, raised beds help define your backyard layout and reduce the need for constant weeding. Since the soil is contained, plants grow more efficiently, and you can control fertility and moisture levels. This makes them an ideal choice for anyone looking to combine functionality, beauty, and low-maintenance gardening, while eliminating traditional lawn areas. Idea number 12. Vertical garden walls. To maximize space, vertical garden walls are a creative way to transform plain fences, walls, or narrow spaces into lush living features, without taking up any ground area. Using pallets, gutters, or pocket planters, you can grow flowers, herbs, or even small vegetables vertically, turning unused surfaces into functional and decorative garden elements. This approach is perfect for small backyards or yards where traditional planting space is limited, allowing you to pack in greenery without the hassle of mowing or managing a lawn. In addition to saving space, vertical gardens bring texture, color, and life to your backyard, creating a striking visual impact. They are highly customizable. You can arrange plants in patterns, mix different species, or even swap them seasonally for a fresh look. Maintenance is simple since the plants are contained, and watering can be easily managed with drip irrigation or manual care. For anyone looking to create a modern low-maintenance and space-efficient garden, vertical walls are both practical and visually rewarding. Idea number 13. Outdoor living room for cozy functional spaces. Creating an outdoor living room is a brilliant way to turn your backyard into a usable, inviting space without relying on grass. Start with a simple outdoor rug to define the area. Then add thrifted or budget-friendly chairs, benches, and a small table. This instantly gives your yard a purpose, making it a place for relaxing, entertaining, or enjoying a quiet morning coffee. By focusing on comfort and layout rather than a traditional lawn, you can design a space that feels like an extension of your home. One of the best things about an outdoor living room is its flexibility. You can rearrange furniture, add cushions, or bring in seasonal decor to refresh the space whenever you like. Since it doesn't require soil prep or mowing, maintenance is minimal, just occasional sweeping or cleaning. This approach not only saves time and effort, but also creates a backyard that's functional, stylish, and enjoyable year-round. Idea number 14. Fire pit area. With stone surround for a social focal point, adding a fire pit creates a natural gathering spot in your backyard, while replacing grass with a functional low-maintenance surface. Surround it with gravel, pavers, or stones to define the area, and prevent mud or erosion. This simple setup turns an ordinary yard into a space where friends and family can gather, roast marshmallows, or enjoy cozy evenings outdoors. A DIY fire pit area is not only practical, but also adds atmosphere and structure to your backyard. By combining it with seating, lighting, or nearby plantings, you create a warm and inviting zone that works in any season. Unlike grass, this setup requires minimal upkeep. Occasional raking, topping up stones, and keeping the fire pit clean are all that's needed to maintain a stylish, functional space. Idea number 15. Deck or platform for instant usable space building. A deck or platform is a smart way to cover areas where grass struggles to grow while creating an instantly usable backyard zone. Even a simple pallet deck can provide a sturdy surface for seating, dining, or lounging, turning uneven or muddy ground into a functional outdoor living area. It's a practical solution that works in small or large yards, and adds structure without the need for a traditional lawn. Decks and platforms are highly versatile, and can be customized to fit your style and space. You can stain or paint them, add outdoor furniture, or incorporate planters to soften the edges. Since the structure sits above the ground, it eliminates maintenance issues like weeding or mowing in that area, making it a low-effort yet highly impactful addition to any no-grass backyard. Idea number 16. Pergola. With climbing vines for shade and structure. A pergola is a fantastic way to add height, structure, and visual interest to your backyard, without relying on grass. By building a simple frame from lumber, you can create a shaded retreat that naturally draws the eye upward. As climbing vines like wisteria, clematis, or grapevines grow over time, they soften the structure and provide dappled shade, making the space cooler and more inviting during hot days. Beyond aesthetics, a pergola defines an outdoor zone for dining, lounging, or entertaining, giving your backyard purpose and charm. It's also a long-term investment in beauty. While the vines take time to mature, they reward you with a lush living canopy that enhances your garden's appeal year after year. With minimal maintenance beyond occasional pruning and care for the climbing plants, a pergola transforms an ordinary backyard into a cozy, functional space that doesn't rely on grass at all. Idea number 17. Rock garden for a timeless, low-maintenance focal point. A rock garden is one of the most striking and low-maintenance ways to replace grass, while adding texture and interest to your backyard. By using local stones, boulders, or gravel, you can create natural-looking formations that mimic the beauty of mountainous or desert landscapes. The rocks themselves serve as both structure and decoration, and when combined with drought-tolerant plants such as succulents, ornamental grasses, or small perennials, they form a visually compelling year-round focal point. This approach not only eliminates the need for mowing and constant watering, but also adds depth and dimension to what might otherwise be a flat, uninspiring space. What makes rock gardens truly appealing is their versatility and adaptability. You can scale them to fit small corners or larger sections of your yard, arrange stones in creative patterns, or layer different textures to create contrast and movement. Adding features like stepping stones, a dry creek bed, or low-growing ground covers between rocks enhances both aesthetics and functionality, guiding pathways or defining seating areas. Over time, the plants naturally fill in gaps, and the garden becomes increasingly self-sustaining, offering a dynamic, resilient landscape that requires minimal effort but delivers maximum visual impact. Idea number 18. Dry creek bed, for beauty and function. A dry creek bed is a creative way to replace grass while adding both visual interest and practical drainage to your backyard. By arranging river rocks or stones in a flowing pattern, you can mimic the look of a natural stream, creating movement and texture that draws the eye. This feature works especially well in yards with uneven terrain or areas prone to collecting water, as it channels rain runoff and prevents erosion, while remaining completely low maintenance. Beyond its functionality, a dry creek bed serves as a striking design element. You can line it with drought-tolerant plants, small shrubs, or ornamental grasses to soften the edges and integrate it seamlessly into your landscape. Unlike grass, which requires constant mowing and watering, a dry creek bed requires very little upkeep. Occasional repositioning of stones or clearing debris is usually all that's needed. It's a perfect combination of form and function, turning an ordinary backyard into a visually appealing, practical, and maintenance-friendly outdoor space. Idea number 19. Artificial turf sections for a low-maintenance green space. Artificial turf is an excellent option if you want the look of grass without any of the work. It's especially useful in high-traffic areas, like play zones for kids or pets, where real grass struggles to survive. Modern turf looks surprisingly natural, feels soft underfoot, and stays green year-round, eliminating brown patches, mud, and uneven growth. Once installed, it creates a clean, polished surface that requires virtually no upkeep. One of the biggest advantages of artificial turf is its long-term convenience. Unlike real grass, it never needs mowing, fertilizing, or watering, saving both time and money. You can install it in sections to complement other landscaping features, like gravel, pavers, or plant beds, creating a balanced, functional, and visually appealing backyard. It's a one-time investment that transforms problem areas into usable, attractive spaces that stay pristine no matter the season. Idea number 20. Outdoor art and sculpture garden, for personal expression. Transforming part of your backyard into an outdoor art and sculpture garden is a creative way to replace grass while making a unique statement. By displaying sculptures, DIY projects, or even repurposed thrifted items among plants and pathways, you turn your yard into an engaging, personalized space that reflects your style. It's a way to combine functionality with creativity, using your backyard as a canvas rather than a traditional lawn. An art-focused garden also encourages exploration and adds layers of interest throughout the year. You can rearrange pieces seasonally, integrate lighting to highlight key features, or combine with ground covers, gravel, and planters to create a cohesive design. Maintenance is minimal since the emphasis is on the installations and surrounding plants rather than grass upkeep. This approach makes your backyard both interactive and visually stimulating, while remaining low maintenance and uniquely yours. Idea number 21. Shade garden with mulch paths for a cool, relaxing retreat. A shade garden is an ideal solution for areas of your backyard that struggle with sunlight, replacing grass with plants that thrive in lower light conditions. Using hostas, ferns, astilbes, and other shade-loving perennials, you can create a lush layered landscape that feels cool and inviting even on the hottest days. Adding mulch paths throughout the garden not only defines walking areas, but also keeps the space tidy, prevents soil compaction, and reduces the need for mowing or weeding. This combination of plants and paths transforms an otherwise underutilized shaded corner into a serene retreat that's both functional and visually appealing. Shade gardens also offer the benefit of long-term resilience and low maintenance. The chosen plants are naturally adapted to these conditions, requiring less water and care than traditional grass or sun-loving species. Mulch paths complement the design by improving soil health, controlling moisture, and providing a clear layout for movement through the garden. Over time, the plants fill in, creating a dense, self-sustaining green space that invites relaxation, reading, or quiet reflection. With minimal upkeep and maximum impact, a shade garden with mulch paths is a perfect no-grass solution that turns overlooked areas into one of the most charming parts of your backyard. Idea number 22. Mixed material patchwork for a unique, personalized backyard. A mixed material patchwork garden is all about combining multiple no-grass ideas into one cohesive and visually striking backyard. Think gravel pathways winding through native plant beds, punctuated with raised beds, container clusters, and small decked seating areas. By blending different textures, colors, and materials, like stone, wood, mulch, and greenery, you can create distinct garden rooms that each serve a purpose, from relaxation to dining to play, while eliminating the need for traditional grass. This approach allows you to design a backyard that is not only functional but also uniquely your own, reflecting your style and lifestyle preferences. One of the best aspects of a patchwork garden is its flexibility and adaptability. You can start small, adding one section at a time, and expand gradually, mixing hardscaping with living plants to suit your needs. Each area can have its own character while still feeling part of a unified design, making the backyard visually dynamic and engaging. Maintenance is simplified because each section is designed for low upkeep. Gravel won't need mowing, raised beds require minimal weeding, and container gardens are easy to manage. Over time, this combination of elements creates a backyard that feels purposeful, vibrant, and alive, proving that eliminating grass doesn't mean sacrificing beauty, comfort, or personality. And there you have it, a complete guide to creating a stunning low-maintenance backyard without a single blade of grass. From practical hardscaping like gravel paths and paver patios to lush plant options like clover, moss, and succulent ground covers, these ideas prove that a beautiful outdoor space doesn't have to come with constant mowing, watering, or stress. Each concept is designed to save time, cut costs, and bring personality and purpose to your yard, turning it into a place you actually want to spend time in. Imagine relaxing on a cozy deck, walking along a fragrant thyme pathway, or gathering around a fire pit, all in a backyard that works for you instead of the other way around. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these ideas speaks to your backyard vision? Are you more excited to start with functional areas like an outdoor living room or fire pit? Or are you drawn to vibrant plantings, rock gardens, or vertical walls? Maybe you're thinking of mixing several ideas to create a unique patchwork backyard of your own. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's get a conversation going. You might inspire someone else to take the leap and reimagine their outdoor space too. If you found this video helpful and want more inspiration for transforming your garden, don't forget to like, subscribe to Timeless Gardening, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a tip, hack, or creative idea. Your backyard is a blank canvas, and with a little creativity and planning, it can become a space that reflects your style, needs, and personality. Keep experimenting, designing, and most importantly, keep growing with Timeless Gardening.